What's going on, YouTube people? What we're doing today is we're diagnosing this 525i. It's a 2003 BMW that we need to diagnose some issues. And now that we're in the car, which is very good because it's end of November here in Canada and it gets cold, one massive issue we have is this HVAC system. The heating doesn't turn on. This physically doesn't display anything when you try to turn it on, and nothing comes out of the vents. So we're going to try and diagnose that, as well as the rear locks and windows and trunk don't work. So I got rims and tires in here from another car, another BMW. So we're gonna find out what's going on here. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do, first and foremost, is check the fuse box. Anytime anything electrical goes wrong, the fuse box is likely the first place you wanna go. To access the fuse box, you're gonna pop down your glove box. We've got a few things in here. One is this very important diagram and kind of legend, tells you which fuse is for what. We got, I'm surprised to actually have this still. We have the user manual and such, and we have some fuses. These fuses were purchased, it's a fuse kit. This is purchased from Canadian Tire for I believe about $24, something like that. It gives you all of them, all the different ampages. Yeah, we're gonna need this for diagnosis. So to actually access your fuse box, the battery's low, access your fuse box, you're gonna need to open this. There's two little latches and then this drops down. So this is one of two fuse areas that you have in the BMW. There's another one in the back, in the trunk. But for the purpose, we're gonna start here to find out what's going on. So if we study this a little bit, and this diagram gives you some idea of what's going on here, you can notice that the location for the heating and the, I guess you could say, auxiliary fan as well is 75, 76. Those two fuses are way underneath and they're a bit more complicated to get to and do. So let's start with the simple ones. We're looking at 20 and 23. So I'm going to pull those out. What you do is you use, BMW comes with a set of these. They're fuse grabbers or whatever. This kit came with a tester, which is great because you can see whether the fuse is off or working just by pressing this in and getting the green light. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to take a look at if it's dead or blown or what's going on here. So we've changed those very quickly. And we can switch this car on, and we're getting this always automatically turns on for some reason, but it's working, so we're good. I'm going to quickly go through and show you the full change of another fuse, which I can tell is blown already. The issue with the other fuse there was the wrong fuse that was in there. This car has had several electrical issues, and I think the previous owner had maybe tooled around a little too much. We're also going to check out another fuse area. The fuse that we're looking for here is for the rear windows. So rear, what is it? Where are we looking here? I had it. Let me take a look. So we got rear window lift, or actually this is window lift 6, 27, and 29. So we're going to test it with our little device there. But from what I can see, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. It looks like 27 there is burnt. Possibly 29, but you can see 27 is burnt. So you just grab it with the tweezers. Sorry, I got one hand, so it's hard to do. There we go. You pull it out. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is obviously assess. It's a 30 amp fuse and it is burnt. That denotes that it's burnt. I don't know why this thing's on autofocus. There we go. So it's burnt. So the kit comes with several different fuses, and you just got to select your 30 amp, and we'll place it back in and see if our rear windows and locks, everything, if maybe everything comes together. Okay.